So the new One Piece episode, right? It's peak. But let me tell you something real quick. Let me tell you something that really just irritates me, right? And One Piece does it all the time, right? Obviously, we know the pacing, trash, right? Pacing is trash. All right. And that's okay with me, because the story's good, right? But let me tell you something. For the past, like, 15 episodes, right? This robot, right? Right? He moves like 4 steps. 4 steps an episode, right? 4 steps a fucking episode. This guy, he's literally 4 steps. And they be having other scenes, right? Where this dude's literally, they're like sitting from the damn ship looking, right? They're looking at this motherfucker, and he ain't even there. They're looking at this island, right? They're like, oh, this robot is ginormous, right? So I'm looking in this episode, right? No, not this newest one, but other ones, right? In the previous, right? And this guy can't be seen on the island. I have a full view of the island, right? No robot. Where's bro? They can't even have him move, because in the episodes he moves so slowly, apparently, that he can't make it, apparently, right? But this new episode, though, it was pretty peak. I did not expect him to do that damn hockey thing, and I don't even know how that makes any damn sense either, because how the hell do you put hockey in a knot, right? Because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to emanate off the person, but apparently you can just put in a fucking object and call it a day. And you already know they just ain't gonna explain that. You already know that it's gonna happen like it did. No further explanation on that ever. It's gonna be 800 fan theories on how that even happened, because that's what's gonna be. That's what's gonna be for sure. So that's what's gonna happen. And yeah, and then another thing too is they do this a lot in One Piece as well, where they basically are doing recaps of what happened in a previous episode, right? Where it's like seeing everyone's perspective on everything, right? But it's okay, because I literally saw everyone's perspective 800 episodes ago through every single episode, because in this entire, arc of Egghead, right, they just keep going over people's, reactions, which is good, I guess, right? But for an episode or so, like, that's okay, right? I don't need to see it every single episode, right? Unless something humongous happens, right? Like that, seeing people's reaction to that damn hockey, right? That makes sense, right? But it was really brief. They got knocked out, right? They got intimidated, basically. So that makes sense to me, right? But it's like Vegapunk said the most mundane thing ever that we've been knowing for like 800 episodes, and then they're like, oh shit, right? Okay. The world's gonna be sinking. Okay. Now that's kind of crazy, right? So you tell everyone, they're like, this is insane, right? I saw the reaction already, right? And then it tells something else that isn't as crazy, and then it's like, well, we gonna show the reaction too, right? Okay. I see we're saving the budget, because I just noticed that we ain't trying to progress the story that much. Okay? We're going a little slow. And I wish they'd go faster. As they're pacing, I wish they'd go faster. Their pacing now, I will say, is a lot better than it was, a while ago. And there's reason for that, but the new hockey in this episode, though, was really peak. And the robot speaking, and we got to see what Joba actually looked like. Well, his silhouette, that was kind of cool. But he kind of looked like Luffy, though, didn't he? Like, didn't he? He had the hat on. It kind of looked like the straw hat. And then he had on the damn coat that Luffy wears sometimes, right? It's low-key kind of tough. I didn't expect that. So that was pretty cool, but I feel like they're not going to touch on how the hockey disappeared the other people too, by the way. The elders, I don't even know how to... They're probably going to not touch on that. if I were to think ahead, they probably wouldn't touch on that because they never be touched on super important things. It's like, had this happened, they're like, yeah, Loki don't know. They Loki don't even have an answer. Unless it's in a manga and the anime's like, or the studio's like, let's go ahead and not animate that. Let's go ahead and let's leave that part out. We're not gonna animate that. We're gonna keep that out. And that's the type of thing they be doing. Right? So yeah, basically those are just my thoughts. So yeah.